Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hello and welcome to the Liverpool versus Arsenal reaction winning game. Sorry, I had to get that in. The winning game. Listen. We won. We are back on track for the top four. And breathe. Happy Easter, everybody. I'd like to say hello to all our guests, fans around the world. Hello, Stoney.
Good evening, Pato.
And also I would like to welcome our new host, the one and only Article Artie.
Welcome. Thank you very much for having me, peoples.
Hello, Artie, and how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I am good. Glad for the 3 points. Feeling good.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to our show. Hope you enjoy yourself tonight. I don't know if the other fans are going to be easy on us. Apparently, there's been a lot of talk about amongst the Arsenal fans, chest beating I was hearing, and what they will and weren't going to do to Liverpool, and it's all gone wrong, hasn't it, for them? But
all gone Pete Tong.
Let's hopefully everything's okay for you. So you're the guest tonight. I'd like to start with you, if that's okay, Artie. Would you like to do that?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
Okay, so what did you think of tonight's game?
Tonight's game for me was a decent performance. I think we look like we're getting back on track, trying things, but I'm not overhyped and not overgassed with tonight's performance, because for me, I thought Arsenal were very lackluster. And I personally thought, when I saw their lineup, I thought, oh, they might be going for this here, but we weren't troubled at all, to be honest. We weren't troubled at all. And when you think of the our back middle two, as they are, I thought that teams would really look to press them and give them a bit of pressure. And we looked very comfortable. Very, very comfortable.
Why do you think they were lackluster tonight then, Artie?
I can't put my finger on it, to be honest. Like I said, when I looked at the lineup, I'm like, yeah, they're going to give us a right go. Right? They're going to have an attempt anyway, but they didn't do it. But I did think we did pretty well with keeping the ball possession wise as well. So that kind of counted them out, and also winning the ball back, we did very well. So that kind of snuffed them out. But I didn't really see them going for it. They looked like they were going through the motions. To be
Stoney,
honest.
yeah. Stoney, what about you? What did you think?
Well, I think, if anything, I can actually be consistent with my predictions. Yeah, since I've been part of the show, every prediction that I've given has been wrong. Okay.
What did you say, actually?
I said 3-2. If anybody had watched the preview show, I gave it the big one with all of my analysis and, previous results and why I thought that we would actually concede. Everything went out the window. So I think what it reinforces is I'm glad that I'm not a betting man, because I tell you, I'd have absolutely no money in my pocket or in the bank. So I said that the result will be 3-2. And yeah, I was a little bit taken back. I think I had actually thought that Arsenal were going to play a 3-4-3. I think Pato was really clear on the way in which Arsenal would have played, how Arsenal would have actually set up. So credit to you once again, Pato. Thank you very much for your analysis as well, prior to the actual game itself. So I thought Arsenal would have played a 3-4-3. I'd mentioned Odegaard having more of an input, and probably Partey. I thought he would have had much of an impact in the game, but Artie, you just mentioned it as well. I mean, Kabak and Nat Phillips, they actually played with slippers and a pipe today. They actually were not touched one bit, and that's credit to how Klopp and our coaching staff were actually set up today. But yeah, we weren't breached in any way, and that's not me being arrogant, because I think that the footage is there for all to see. Yeah, the footage is there for all of us to actually go back and see, and that includes our Liverpool football family, and anybody who actually supports Arsenal as well. So I'm extremely happy with the 3 points. I'm actually happy that once again, we managed to get through, put in a really good performance without any injuries. And I'm also happy that there was a continued partnership with Kabak and Nat Phillips at the back today. So all positives. I mean, my starting lineup, I think I mentioned that I thought Jota was going to play, and I thought Gigi was going to start as well. But obviously, Bobby started up front with us, and Milner started out in midfield. Either so, the squad obviously played really well today. But yeah, it was a strange game. I actually thought Arsenal was going to bring more to the table, considering that we both have our European games. Obviously, we got Real Madrid, they got Slavia Prague 2 days afterwards, and the importance of both teams really trying to get those 3 points. I really thought Arsenal were going to give us something more today. So yeah, I'm very happy with the performance. I'm really happy with the results. It's really nice to hear anybody that supports Arsenal to come on, jump on, share your comments as well, so we can open up dialogue to see how Arsenal actually played today. But yeah, really happy with the performance and the results today.
Yeah, I agree with both of what you've been saying. For me, I found the first half, I was actually, I mean, we'll come back to that in a minute. I was going to ask you the question, the lineup, our lineup, which actually you were right. Stoney, you said 4-3-3. You did get it right for Liverpool. You did say 4-3-3, which surprised me. I was surprised Jota didn't play.
Okay.
I thought the first half, Arsenal seemed to keep us in our own half a bit, don't you think?
Yeah.
We always know it was never going to be fast paced. They were lackluster. Artie, you're absolutely right. They were lackluster. They were tired. I felt they were tired. Whether the international break has really affected them. I mean, look at Sweepy. Yeah. He was really tired, wasn't he? His leg. So something's really affected them. He couldn't really. I don't think Arteta thought about his game on Thursday. He had to play a strong team, and as we said, we had to play a strong team, and we did. A bit different how I thought the team was going to be. I think I got one wrong, but it still took till Jota to come on.
Yeah,
and the game totally changed. Coming back to Jota, what did you think about him not starting? Because I know I said it was going to be 4-1. I mean, okay, 3-0 will do, mate. I knew it was going to be a high score. I believe if Jota had started, he'd have got a hat trick today.
Yeah. I feel, because I was asked earlier.
So my question is, regarding Jota not starting, and also the change when he did come on. What did you think about that? Start again with you, Artie.
Well, I thought to myself, and a good few of my friends, we've been talking about as well, that, you know what, we wanted Jota to start because we know that we've been lacking in scoring goals regularly, and we thought, yes, we want Jota to start. But for me, it was because of the internationals. Number one, why he'd been rested. And number two, for the upcoming games that we do have, like you said, with Real Madrid and so forth. So I thought with that, and I thought, fair enough, I could understand that. And Bobby's just come back fresh. We know what Bobby brings to the team. And he did, to be honest, he did that link play that he does. It goes, for a lot of people, it goes unnoticed. And he does that for people. A lot of people think, you know what, because he's meant to be a striker, so they're looking at 20 odd goals. But what he does otherwise than that for the team, he's a team player. So for me, he does a lot of work other than just scoring goals. So for me, it was a good decision, to be honest. I would say that. And that's one thing I do look at, and I have criticised Klopp for before, is the timing of his substitutions. Sometimes for me, he waits way, way, way too late. So I was quite surprised today that he made that substitution so early, and I was so happy that he did. And of course, I was happy that it was actually Jota. And I thought, you know what, smart decision. Robertson, come off, take a rest, son, because you've played hard, tough games for Scotland as well. You need a breather, son. He's played every game for us, as he does, and he gives 110% every single game. He needs a rest. Milner, we know what Milner's like, Mr. Reliable. We weren't really being troubled. So do you know what? It's an easy option to do for me. It's easy. It's a no-brainer. Definitely no brainer. Yeah. So that was definitely needed for me.
And you, Stoney?
I think once again, as you said, it's credit to the coaching staff as well at Liverpool. I mean, when we purchased Jota, he just basically hit the floor running. We were all quite disheartened when he did actually pick up the injury, and he was unavailable for us. But his return it's like he was never ever out. I mean, he's such a talented young player as well. I mean, he had the international break, scored. He was extremely important for Portugal. And as you said, he's made that transition straight away from how he played in the international break and obviously supported us with his performance again today. I mean, it's an absolute delight to actually see how he actually plays for us and how he's able to actually adapt to the way in which Klopp has our club actually currently playing. So, yeah, he's just so talented and it's lovely to actually have him back. I think with my prediction, I think I had Bobby starting. I think I had Bobby starting. I think I had Bobby starting. But either way as well, as you said, Jota's there. The talent is just absolutely clear. And we're just blessed to actually have him. But yeah, he did actually change the game when he actually came on completely as well. His reading, his understanding, his appreciation of space as well was actually clear to see for anyone. You don't even have to be a Liverpool supporter. So I don't think I'm actually being biased there as well. So for him to actually come off with a brace, and as you said, if he had played earlier on, I'm sure he'd have got a hat trick. But he's come on as a sub, he's got the brace, and it holds us in good stead for when we play Madrid. So yeah, good performance from Jota.
Yeah, as you both said, totally agree on both accounts. Also, I think obviously the whole club had a plan, and the plan worked. We made 2 substitutions, as you said, at certain times. And also, I agree, Arsie, I'd have wished. I'm just a bit gutted for Jota because I think if he'd come on a bit earlier, maybe at half time.
Yeah.
Maybe made that change at half time. That gives him 45 minutes to go and get a hat trick. I fully understand he needed to rest. And like I said, they had a plan. It worked. And hopefully it's going to work again on Tuesday. But today, it was all about today. One match at a time, one game at a time. It worked. So we can't really. And again, we're saying about Arsenal being last, but they touched on saying how Firmino played really well, unnoticed. I actually did notice it. I did think most of our team actually played really well. So it's a bit hard to say, okay, I know Arsenal weren't the Arsenal of, but they're a bit like ourselves. They've been hit and miss, winning some games, losing others, just the same as us. We're both fighting for the fourth, top 4. So they're just as much as us. So we're tired. We're in the same position as them. So, like I've always said, this is where you being a champion and being tough and being strong and having stamina all comes into play. These last few games are the hardest, and this shows you just how good you are and just how good your team are. And there was tired legs in Arsenal today, and we looked that little bit perkier, that little bit stronger, that little bit faster, and it worked. So the plan went well, and I am really pleased about that. And I think shall we get some questions in?
Please, let's get these comments in.
Come on, bring them on.
There's quite a few, so okay, and let us start. Let's see, quite a lot. Wow. Okay. So good evening, and thank you anyway to everybody who's joined tonight, who is putting the questions in. It all is much appreciated, whether you agree with us or not, whatever club you support. You don't have to be an Arsenal fan, you don't have to be a Liverpool fan, you can be any fan from all over the world. We're one big happy family here, Liverpool love. So, welcome and hello to Zacchaeus Forbes. I recall Canas said Gabriel was better than Slaphead. laughing my head off. Okay, so can anyone enlighten me, because I don't really understand.
I think that's interesting. That's a good little comment.
Okay.
This on Monday. You remember that you're tuning into the Liverpool preview show. This has got nothing to do with Man United. So Zacharias is part of the Man United TV.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for your comment as well. So I believe that there was a little positive banter between himself and one of the gentlemen from the Arsenal channel as well. And I think they were making a contrast between Gabriel and Maguire. Lovely that you brought it to our platform. We appreciate you tuning in. Unfortunately, neither player actually plays for Liverpool. So I think it's one of those things. But what I will say, Gabriel, I'm sure the coaching staff thought he was actually good. That's why Arsenal have purchased him. And for Manchester United, I thought they obviously think that Harry Maguire is very good. That's why they purchased him. Unfortunately, neither play for Liverpool. And I'm sure we wouldn't purchase either of them. So sorry, Zacharias. We'll move on to your next comment.
But hold on, sorry. Didn't Gabriel play in the game against Man United when they beat them?
Yes, I think you're correct. I think you're actually correct. Zacharias, jump back on and return to that comment, brother. Please do. On Monday, you can hear us. We're actually calling you out.
Well, there is the next question off Zacharias, so maybe this will enlighten us a little bit further. So, Gabriel got found out again, terrible defending, out of his element. Him and Pepe need to go both to the French League.
Do you know what? I think it's interesting as well. I mean, I think with my predicted starting lineup for Arsenal, I had Pepe in. I don't wish to belittle the player because, as he said, my main focus is usually on how our club actually perform. I actually thought Pepe probably would have imposed himself more for today. I was always confident about the victory anyway, but I actually thought Pepe would have imposed himself today. He may well be having an indifferent time at Arsenal. Whether he needs to go back to France or not, I'm unsure. I think they actually shelved out quite a lot of money. Wasn't it like 70 plus mil on
70 plus mil.
That's a lot of money. I mean, even if you're looking at clubs like Chelsea and Man City, that's a lot of money. All right, Arsenal, I know in terms of the way that their books and their finance are balanced, they're not on Chelsea and Man City's level. So for 75 million, they're going to have to turn this man into a gem in order for them to even make any form of profit on him. So he hasn't had a good period at Arsenal, and I'm just basically very happy that he didn't have a good game today. We just didn't allow him to. So it's just one of them things. So yeah, I think he's got a long-term contract. He ain't going back to France for now unless Arsenal take a massive hit on that, and I don't think they're in a position to do that. So give him a 20-year contract and make sure you have a statue of Pepe outside the Emirates. And that's my response to that.
For me, I was happy that Pepe was starting and Saka wasn't playing. That's one thing I will say. But when I see Pepe starting, I'm not worried with Pepe going up against Robertson. I'm not worried about that at all. I know Robertson would have that all day long. Yeah. If he's playing on the other side with Trent, he might get a bit more space because Trent is not as defensively minded as Robertson. Yeah. So he might get a bit more space, and then you might find Trent having to chase him a bit. But once I know he's playing it up against Robertson, no worries.
Yeah.
At all.
Thoughts on that?
Me personally, I actually thought Gabriel was okay first half, and he actually got the better of Salah. In the first half, he actually Salah couldn't break him down. In fact, he put him off, wasn't he? A shot, and he sort of put him off, and it made Salah go wrong. So the first half, I thought Gabriel wasn't too bad actually. Salah got past him in the first half. Like I said, everything seemed to open up and change when Jota came on, and the formation sort of slightly changed. So we couldn't get past their defence really in the first half. So as much as they were lacklustre, tired, and whatever, what else, anybody else's opinion of them is, but we couldn't break them down the first half, could we?
But I think that's a lot to do with we started to pass the ball forward more. In the second half, and that's when it starts to tell. When you starting to make defenders turn, that's when things will happen.
Thank you.
Beforehand, we're going sideways a lot more, or it's going back, and then we're starting again. And it's like it's not fast football, so you're not going to catch anybody out. If they can get back 2 banks of 4 and so forth, then it's going to be hard to break down. When you do things a bit quicker and you start to put the ball forward more, that's when you start to ask questions. And that's what started to happen more in the second half.
Yeah, you're right on that as well, RT. I think reflection in the second half as well. You'd have seen the way Thiago's passing actually changed as well. I like Thiago. He's a player with confidence. He's a player that has the ability to actually take risks and actually make those forward passes in terms of breaking the line. So 100% I agree with you in terms of that, how we actually changed that, and we imposed ourselves more as well with the beliefs in terms of making those forward lines as well. Trying to get through to the forwards a little bit more in the second half as well, and we clearly benefited from that. So 100% I agree with that.
Salah and Thing were making the runs, and all of a sudden the balls were actually being played for them.
Thank you.
So that's when the question started to be asked. So
yeah,
definitely.
Also, the last goal, their defense was they were all in the wrong positions anyway. They were just all over the place. They were jogging. They were awful. The positioning of the defense for the last goal was absolutely shocking for Arsenal.
Yeah, their heart had gone by then.
It wasn't just focused on one. I'd say it was on all of them. Well, hey ho. So moving on. But thank you anyway. Thank you, Zacchaeus. Is this him again?
Yeah.
Here we go again. What's the word on Kieran's injury? Anyone know?
Not sure on that. No, I'm not sure on that. Unfortunately, Zacharias, I haven't been able to get through on the WhatsApp with Arteta and the coaching staff and the physio staff. So what I'll do is you just make sure you jump back on the show either tomorrow when we do the Real Madrid preview show, and hopefully I'll be able to give you the update. But no update on Tierney. But as it goes, I wouldn't wish injury on any player. So hopefully he's in a good place.
Yeah, no, I don't know anything myself. What about you, Artie? Any update?
I don't wish injuries on any player apart from Ramos. To be fair, I don't wish injury on any player, to be fair. But I know he will be a big loss for them, though. That's one thing I know. If it's a substantial injury, he will definitely be a big loss for them, because he's a player that they definitely need. He's been doing very well for them, I must say. Yeah, definitely. And him and Saka out as well wouldn't be good.
Big difference. Yeah, good. I agree.
Wouldn't be good for them at all.
Yeah. Again, don't wish any. We don't wish anybody any injuries, and we hope it's not anything serious, and you get better soon.
Yeah.
But thank you, Zacchaeus.
Right. We got Charles. What's he saying?
We've got Charles Williams. Arsenal Banter FC are going backwards. They ain't no big 6 clubs anymore.
Unfortunately, some people, when they look at the way that clubs play, they only look at statistics. I like to look at a combination of, but today, it's just one of those things. Arsenal clearly are not currently in the 6th. I think they're in 9th place at the moment. So just to answer or respond to you, Mr. Charles Williams, they are currently not a top 6 club. They are currently sitting in 9th. So it just means that they may have an extended holiday or have an opportunity to, I don't know, the lockdown's easing up, so they may be able to go down to the park or something and share a sandwich or something. But my concern is Liverpool. Arsenal are currently 9th, so they're currently not a top 6 at the moment. And long may that continue.
Well, for me, I find these kind of comments make fans sound really fickle once again.
Yeah.
You've got a new manager. He's just come in now. He's trying to build and sort out himself. How long are you going to give him before you start judging him and saying he has to implement his style of play? He has to get the players that he wants in as well to do the job that he needs done.
Thank you.
Come on, man. Let's be realistic here.
And you know the thing is as well. You know the thing as well, RT. You know the thing as well. I understand this is a Liverpool channel, so everything is obviously about Liverpool, and I think we always have a nice rational dialogue about how our club is currently functioning. You know, our players and the future as well. But there's some mixed comments coming out from those that actually support Arsenal, and that's fine. I appreciate everybody's comment. You've got a new manager that's coming in, still taking his time to settle in with his squad of players, how he wishes your current squad to actually play. But he's also won you some silverware already. Just give the man absolutely time. Why is everybody always in a rush to make judgment of people? I mean, you've got some, and we're talking about Arsenal here. You've actually got some really young, talented players that Arteta is actually currently playing. And if any Arsenal fan or supporter was to disagree with that, then I think that would be amazing. But you've got some young players coming in there. The man's trying to make a transition to how you guys are actually playing. Give the man time.
Yeah,
give him time.
You have to give him time, man. And then what do? You get rid of the manager to bring in somebody else who then wants to play a totally different style of football again. Then doesn't like 3 or 4 of the players that you've already got. So it's all upheaval all over again. You can't just crave for instant success like that.
Yeah, crazy.
When Klopp came in, he's had time before he's brought home the actual trophies and what have you. You have to give him time to, and once you see what he's built now, you can actually see the transition and where we can go from there. You need that stability, man. You need the stability.
Yeah. So
but you think also as well, guys, the score today with what happens with Chelsea getting beat at home by West Brom, and no one at all envisions that at all. Do you not think that's probably affected them as well today?
I mean, Pato, that is an amazing what you've actually said there. I mean, I don't know whether any of you guys play the fantasy league football as well, but I don't mind saying this. I have got abused today. I actually don't mind because I'm in a good position in our league. I did not envisage that result today. Not one bit. I think since January, Chelsea haven't conceded more than 2 goals in the league as well. So defensively, you can obviously see Tuchel's come in and he's done a wonderful job. But that result today, I agree with you, Pato, as well. It's just opened up. I think we've played 30 games. Chelsea have played 30 games. We're only 2 points behind Chelsea now.
Yeah.
2 points behind Chelsea. Chelsea are what? They're fourth. I think Chelsea are fourth at them. Yeah, fourth. Chelsea are fourth at them. And we're 2 points behind them. Look how this season, it is just so an unpredictable season at the moment. We're 2 points behind Chelsea, and then we're fourth. I mean, praise be. I don't mind. Let's just hope that Everton don't get a result. Let's just hope that Tottenham don't get a result, and let's hope that West Brom don't get a result against Wolves, and then we're back up there. So anything's possible. But yeah, crazy, Pato. I thoroughly agree with you that Chelsea West Brom result.
Yeah. It's been a crazy season.
Yeah, I love this season. I like that it's been so close, regarding the bottom and the top. But the likes of, as you said, Stoney, Everton playing Crystal Palace, nothing's guaranteed, and Crystal Palace hell of a game, and Crystal Palace may well win. So and as I said, I do think we will get in the top 4.
Yeah.
And the other teams, there's the congestion. It's all coming to the end. Most of the top teams are in other cups, aren't they? So here's where the strongest survive. What do you think, Artie?
Yeah, I still think it's going to be a bit of a struggle because I never like it when your destiny's not in your own hands. You have to rely on other results. That's one thing I don't like. But like this season, like you just said, no one would have predicted that result today.
Yeah.
I used to like to have a little accumulator on certain games of the season. This season, I think I must have done it about 3 times because the results have just been so ridiculous. It's just like, hell no, I'm not doing it. Seriously, I haven't done one. I think since probably December might have been the last time I did one, or even before that. Because the results are just, you cannot predict what's going to happen. I coach a youth football team today, and I was at football training. Some of the boys at Arsenal, and they're like, "So, what do you reckon the result today is going to be?" And I'm just like, "Do you know what? I have no idea. I'm not gonna guess and say, yeah, I'm not. I'm just like, do you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea. I'm just gonna go watch the game and hope for the best, because it's just this season. It's just you cannot. There's no game that you can say that it's nailed on. I'm gonna put my mortgage on that game. you tell me the game that you can do. You can't. And right now, this end of the season, which we call the business end, obviously they're the bottom teams. They're fighting for their lives. So that makes it even harder again.
Yeah,
that makes it even harder again. So yeah, it's really is a crazy one. You can't. I just can't predict it. I can't predict the results right now.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, I haven't done a bet since the betting shops have been closed. I don't believe it.
You can do it online. You can do it online.
Go to the betting shop and chat to the people and write it out and put it on in the machine. But I still like these people in the shops.
Yeah.
Online, so anyway, each to their own. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Lots and lots of questions, and if we get through it, it'll be all night. Congrats. Who's Mr. B?
You know what? I absolutely love this, and thank you very much, Mr. B. Mr. B also is part of the FTB family, so thank you very much for tuning in as well, subscribing in. He's also part of the Man United family.
You,
so what I'll say to you, Mr. B, congratulations. Exactly. He said,
in my bin.
Congratulations, bin dippers. My question to you, sir, and if you're able to, please comment. Make sure you're clearly subscribing as well. But respond to me in your comment. At the moment, the bin is quite nice to Liverpool, and I'm sure Ole would like our silverware in his bin. So that bin consists of a league, a Champions League, a World Club Cup, and a Super Cup, sir. So just to respond to you, the bin is quite nice. Respond to us, my brother. Respond to us, okay? The narrative has changed. Okay, so there you go.
3, 2, 1. Dusty bin.
Dusty bin. I love that.
Showing our age here, Dusty bin.
Okay, thank you, Mr. B. Moving on. Adrian, their midfield was dead. Couldn't handle us in our attacks.
Look, I think the only thing in terms of Arsenal's midfield that we're missing, all right, and if I get the positions in which these players usually play in for Arsenal, then I completely apologise. Okay, so I think the only players in midfield that we're probably missing today, and I know they were both offensive players, was probably Saka and Smith Rowe. All right. Saka's probably played way more games than Smith Rowe. Both young, talented players, similarly what we were just mentioning earlier, Artie, in terms of giving Arteta time to actually bring these young players actually through, both talented players. So in terms of any midfielders that were missing for Arsenal, it would only have been Smith Rowe and it would only have been Saka. Don't come to me with any other players that would have been available for Arsenal in the midfield, because you're just chatting smoke. All right. So they had the best midfield out. You were at home. Okay. You had a game plan and you were unsuccessful about a far superior club and team. It's as simple as that. That's just my opinion.
I think for us, one of the big changes for us, massive difference, is having Fabinho back in that middle.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Massive difference.
Yeah.
He makes such a difference for us. Shielding that back, shielding our back four, and he does it so well as well. And he also, not only that, but he retains the ball and can play football as well. He's not just a ball winner, he can play football as well. So that, for me, having him in that position, it makes a massive difference to our midfield. Now our two other midfielders, Thiago, and that they can feel free to roam forward and do other things now because they feel safe in having Fabinho playing behind them. It gives you a confidence to then go on. You understand? When you haven't got that, then you're a bit more tentative. You hold back a bit more, it squeezes you back a bit more. So having Fabinho in there, massive difference for us.
Definitely. What were your thoughts on that, Pato?
I'm a bit lost. Is Adrian an Arsenal fan?
If that's
Sorry.
Adrian Brown, I think that might be Bingy. I think he's a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
I think it's a mate of mine called Bingy. I think he's a Liverpool fan. If it is,
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I thought
fine.
yeah. Basically, yeah, just the same as you've said. Their midfield was dead, but again, as I keep saying, with the first half, you know, who was it who said it was? It's a game of two halves. It was a game of two halves, wasn't it?
Mm.
It was a game of two halves.
It definitely was.
But regarding injuries, come on, don't even go there.
I know.
Do not mention injuries to me.
Nah. Don't
in the world, don't even go there.
Mm.
So, but thank you, Adrian Brown.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Bossman James. Hello. I said, oh, did you? Good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done to you, man. I hope you put some money on that.
So the thing is, Mr. Bossman James. Yeah, Mr. Bossman James. If you did say it was going to be 3-0, did you put a little cheeky wager on that?
That's because what I'm saying. You did, I hope so.
If you did, it would be wrong for you to share any of those winnings with us on the channel. So, but yeah, thank you very much as well, James. If it was something that you did, Bossman James, if you did mention that it was 3-0 today, thank you for the continued belief in how we're obviously playing as a club and continue to tune in into the channel. So thank you.
Oh, I hope you did put some money on. I really do. And don't forget, everybody, to press the like button, subscribe, and also the bell at the side, which is on your laptop. Apparently, it's not on your phone. If you're on your phone watching us, it's not there. But if you're watching us on your laptop, press the bell at the side, and then you get all notifications. And share. Twitter, Facebook, everywhere around the world. Okay, it is our lovely
Stitches.
Yes.
Lovely, perfect.
Normal formation, then switch when Jota come on. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I've been saying, Stitches. Yeah. You're right. Totally right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was just gonna say that. Actually, so 4-3-3, wasn't it? And then what did we change to when Jota come on? I know Milner went back into the left back position.
Right. Yeah.
What did we do? Couldn't quite see it myself.
I'll be honest. I was trying to figure out, and Klopp did a Jedi Knight on me because I couldn't figure it out, and I'm somebody who doesn't have any form of football coaching badges or anything. He did a Jedi Knight, so I'm not too sure what he actually did there on that. So I raised my hands up. I'm unsure.
What about you, Marty?
I feel that what happened was Jota was playing just behind those front three. That's how it kind of looked. You had more Silva and Fabinho playing central in the middle, and Jota backing up the front three, trying to obviously push us on a bit more. That's how it kind of looked to me. That's what it looked like to me. Right.
Okay. That's fine.
What did anyone think regarding Naby Keita not playing?
Do you know, I think it's something that Stitches has mentioned. You know, it's unfortunate that he's not able to be us on the show physically here, but I know he's watching us. So thank you very much, sir. And it's something that Stitches has been clear on, talking about the development and the importance of Naby Keita being part of our squad. Unfortunately, injuries have restricted him playing. He's still a young man. Is he 25, 26?
Yeah.
So he's still got some time. Yeah, he's still got some time for us to actually see how he plays, and he can probably try and replicate how he played for RB Leipzig. So I think he still probably needs a little time. I think we're in a good position as a club where we're not cash strapped. So that investment with him, we can actually take our time to actually see him probably perform, hopefully to the best of his ability for next season. I think his time's going to come. I don't think there's any rush. It will be nice to obviously see him be part of the bench for him to get some game time. But I always go back and trust in the way that Klopp sets our team out. I trust in our coaching staff. I trust in our physios. And if the game time, similarly with Ox as well, if the timing's not right at the moment, to just get them ready for next season. That's where I'm at the moment. So it may be something, as you said, Pat, he may get some game time against Real Madrid. He may get some time against our next game against Villa. But if it's not there, and it means that he can't play for 3 and 4 games until we get him in the best level of performance where he can make a good account for himself and also our club, then just working in behind the scenes. But I still do believe that we're yet to see the best of what Naby Keita can actually provide for us as a club. So 100%. I think we need to be patient.
100%. Yeah. Arsene, how about you?
Yeah, no, 100%. We do need to be patient with him. And I think what's the club have realised now is what they're doing behind the scenes. They're talking about working to get him stronger and fitter so he doesn't keep breaking down. Because and what they're doing is they realise the talent that he has. This is why they're prepared to put in that work with him and get him solid and ready to play regular games because they see the talent he has. And he's another player that I like because he's another one who wants to go forward.
Yes.
Drive with the ball forward again and take the ball forward. He's another one who looks forward a lot more. So I believe that that's what Liverpool are working on with him now, is getting into that fitness state that, you know what, he can play several games back to back without breaking down. And I think right now what they did was not him not coming on today, just them being careful with him. Obviously, we've got another 6 games to play this month anyway. So he'll definitely get game time from as far as I'm concerned. He'll definitely get game time.
And you know the thing is as well, I think I know on a previous show we actually spoke about the ages of some of our players as well. You know, the top offensive line. We spoke about Bobby's age. We spoke about Salah's age. We spoke about the age of Milner as well, and obviously Gigi as well. You know, 28 plus going up. We've got time on Keita. You know, as he said, he's a young player. Hopefully, he's understanding the way in which our club actually plays, the way in which our club actually functions. So, I would absolutely love to see him playing at the moment and hit the floor running. I mean, even going back to Ox as well. What's Ox? Is he around, give or take? He's around 28 as well. I think about Ox. Yeah. So even if we think about Keita as well, we've got time. As he said, you know, I just hope that he's in a good place. I trust our coaching staff and physios. If we don't see the best of him this season, then hopefully he just hits the floor running next year. But yeah, I still believe in him.
I mean, you mentioned Milner then, 35. I thought he had a good game tonight.
Yeah, he did. He had a solid game today. Solid game today. Again, once again, he's Mr. Reliable, man. Reliable. If I can have somebody who I can give them a 7 every game, I've got no issues with that. No issues with that. No frills. He just comes out and just does a job.
Yeah.
He does a job. And you know what? You need people like that in your team as well. And they're prepared and happy, you know what, to do a job, left back, right back, sit in the midfield, right. So you need people like that in your team. Yeah. You do need those people. And also, he's a good person to have for the younger players as well.
Thank you.
Have around as well to bring them on and guide them through games as well. You need players like this, man. He's been there, seen it, done it. Yeah. You need players like this.
100%. I agree with you, Artie, as well. And it seems like, you know, he's a statesman for our club as well. So obviously we got Hendo as our captain. We got Millie there. We got Gigi. And we've obviously got Van Dijk as well in terms of being, you know, elder statesman, in terms of knowing the importance of leadership as well. And if Milner can make that transition and understand the importance of looking after yourself and being role models, professionals, then I relish that. Absolutely relish that. So definitely. 100% I agree with you.
Definitely. He's a player. I'd love him to go on the coaching staff as well when he's finished.
Yeah.
Probably will. Okay, here's Stitches again. I think this is regarding Josh. Said I predicted he wouldn't start on a clean sheet.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. 100%. Stitches did. Yeah, 100%. He did say that.
Very good. Very good, Stitches. Yeah, and you did say. We gave. In fact, come on, Stitches. You gave 2 predictions if you remember rightly. Didn't he, Stoney?
I think he said it was going to be 2-0.
And then he went,
if I'm incorrect, I apologise, but I'm sure Stitches said it was 2-0. And then I think my response to Stitches was that no way. this, if you look back through the history of this fixture, there's always been goals either side. I said it was going to be a high scoring goal. So Stitches, you called it. I know that you're counting your Euro millions at the moment, and that's probably why he's not online at the moment. So
he's on a plane somewhere.
Yeah, he is. I think so.
Oh no, it's right. It's right. Hey, worries in the dance. Worries in the dance.
There you go. Worries in the dance.
Okay, can we take a moment to appreciate Salah? In the top 5 players to score the most goals in 150 games, overtaking Thierry Henry. Of course we can. Of course we can.
Oh, Artie, respond to that, please, sir. Please respond to that.
We get an ambulance. Are you okay? Let me get my phone.
Yeah, let's take another deep breath. Okay.
What I love about this show, what I love about this show is that we all love Liverpool, but we also at different periods of times we have our own opinions, and we absolutely love that. So, sir, take the floor and tell us what your thoughts on that.
It's simple. Yep, well done, Salah. I'm not gonna lie, well done. But for me, the guy he's so greedy and not a team player. Okay. There's loads of times for me when you could bring somebody else in to help the team out. They're in a better position than you, and he goes for it for himself, man. And it's so frustrating to see. It is so frustrating to see, and that's why I don't get him when people. Oh yeah, let's thank me up Salah, blah blah blah. Do you know what? For me, he needs to be more of a team player. Seriously, I'm 100%. He's more of a team player.
Do you know it is?
He is greedy, but he's greedy, and a lot of forwards are greedy. You'd have to be greedy. I got called a goal anger.
You know, it's a strange one.
5 goals, a goal anger. So what? You do all the running. I'll just wait here, pass the ball, and I'll knock it in that net.
Get in the back of the net.
Okay, he is greedy. He is known for it. And of course, come on, tell me they don't talk about that in the dressing room. Of course they do. Of course.
No, do you know what? You would think they wouldn't. You think they do because he still does it.
Yeah.
You think that they don't. Me personally, if I'm managing that team, listen, you better know you better pass that ball.
Oh yes.
I'm telling you, you better pass that ball seriously.
Do you know, it's strange. I'm almost quite mixed on that, and I think it's really good that that comment was mentioned, and I think it's really good hearing a completely different perspective on it. So thank you very much on that, Artie, because it allowed me to reflect on that as well. And it's almost as if sometimes you think about professional football players and their personal achievements and the collective achievements of the team in which they actually play for. So if it was with Salah, he's just like a gunman. He wants to be in goal and he wants to score every single opportunity he wants to. He don't care if Bobby's in there. He don't care if Salah's in. He don't even care if Alisson was up there and ran up there. Salah's only going for the box. I mean, some players are like that. I think if we look at some of the greats from football, I know they didn't play for Liverpool, but we're probably looking at Alan Shearer. He was only looking at scoring. God forbid anybody else try not to pass to him. I'm almost positive. Thank you, Alan Shearer, for tuning into the show as well. I'm sure you'd agree with us here, sir. Okay. I'm sure when he's in front of a goal, all he's thinking about is finishing. And I think that's probably Salah as well. I think he's going to be one of these players that I'm not naive to think that players are going to stay there until they actually retire. Some stage Salah will move on. And if he does move on, I'm sure he will move on with the blessing of a lot of our supporters, because what he's brought to our club, I think, has been absolutely amazing. So, as you said, there's two sides of it. He's probably looking at his individual stats or individual targets for himself, and collectively what he can bring to Liverpool. But I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. And you know what? You're right. That may also be another side of it as well. But as you said, he brings the goals, he brings the excitement, he brings the love to actually our club. And as you said, if we're winning, then sometimes we kind of overlook other
Of
things.
course it does.
It's hard. It's hard, isn't it?
But let me ask you something. Do you also think then, if he's being seen as greedy by by ourselves, right? You're not saying you're not so much, but other people as well. How do you think his teammates feel? And then how do you think it feels like? What do you think that the harmony is with within the team then? And then, like, if I'm in that position, am I going to pass to him then, or what should I shoot?
You're right. I think it's one of those things, and I said hopefully as well. It's one of those things where I know Pato is going to just put me underneath the sheets once she comes with her response.
Tell you what he said.
Yeah, God, please do.
God. Tell you what he says when they say, "Why didn't you square that to me? I'd have got that." And you know what he says? You don't get top goal scorer by squaring the ball.
Oh.
There you go. So it goes back to what we were saying as well, isn't it?
That's personal gain. Yeah. There's no I in team.
Yeah.
No I in team. That season when we missed out to Man City, there was a good few times when he could have squared the ball to Mane. We would have won games instead of drawing them. They would have made a big difference.
Yeah. So you're right.
There's no I in team.
It's almost that thin line.
And I'm guilty, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's almost that thin line, isn't it? Because we want to win. We want to win. And to tell the truth, you see, any of us they can bounce off pigeons. They can bounce off pigeons. They can bounce off refs' ears. I don't care how the goals go in, as long as we win.
Yeah, we win.
So it's hard.
Yeah.
But it's when they don't go in. That's the problem.
True.
That's when it gets highlighted.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, so where are we? Oops. Wow, we've got quite a few tonight, haven't we?
Good. That's lovely.
Love it.
I'm not going to get through all these. We're going to have to go quick. Awesome achievements. Adrian Brown. Thank you, Adrian. And we've got Stitches again. LFC win is more important than a Jota hat-trick. We have to make sure players are fresh for the next game too. Yeah, we said that before.
You see what Stitches just said there? LFC win is more important than Jota hat-trick. Same like Salah. You should hear that.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. LFC win, that counts.
Yeah.
He's just reinforced what I've been trying to say.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And that's why I said about the plan going. Jürgen had a plan. The team had a plan, and it worked. Yeah. Whether people like it or not, whether Jota did start or didn't start, he had his plan. It worked. He was right. That's all that mattered in the game.
Of course. I agree with him. Yeah. Leaving out Ginny. I agree with him. They've played a lot of games in a short space of time, traveling and all that as well. Come on, man. They're not machines. They're not machines. They need to rest. So definitely.
James Aspinall, Jim the Red. Trent, man of the match. Read it and weep. Southgate.
Do you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Thank you very much as well, Jim, for your comment as well. I think it's one of those things there, right? Trent's still a young player, all right. He's got. I don't think anybody. It doesn't matter who you support. This is just my opinion, all right. I don't think who you support. Nobody can actually question Trent's ability, and also how much he's actually improved as a young person. He's still got age on his side, all right. If this current period of time, Gareth Southgate does not feel Trent should be playing for England, that's his personal opinion, all right. I personally believe he should be, but I'm going to be selfish here, right? If Trent's not playing for England currently, it means he's got more time to rest and put in a good performance for England. So unfortunately, it's England's loss and Liverpool's gain.
Yes,
I still believe Trent. He'll make his way back into England's squad. I know as an individual person, he probably wants to make sure he's recognised and appreciated at Liverpool and also on an international scale. But if he doesn't feature for England now or in the Euros, it doesn't mean that he's not a good player. And that's just my opinion, personally, anyway.
No. Stoney, I agree with you 100%. He's definitely a real talent a real talent. Everyone can see that. But once again, people seem to forget because of what he's achieved and the levels he's set, how young he is. So people seem to forget that. And obviously, once you do that and you reach this level, they expect you to be there all the time.
Yeah.
So what, for me, with Southgate not picking him for these games, I can't really knock Southgate for not picking him because to be honest, he wasn't in the best of form.
Yeah.
He was not. When you look at the Liverpool team as well, we weren't in the best of form. He wasn't in the best of form, to be fair.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's a blessing for us because I always feel as well, one thing I hate is international break because I spend my time like this and praying because we seem to have a bad run with getting injuries on international break. So I'm always, every game I'm just like, oh, please, I don't need no bad news. So when I hear that they're left out, I'm like, fine. Like you said, it's their loss end of the day. They can recuperate, have a break, relax themselves and come back rejuvenated. And look at how we played today.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at how we played today. Because out of our players, really, it was only Robinson, Ginny, who was really away with an internationals team. Oh, Kabak as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, all the other players, they were home chilling and relaxing. So it's all good, right?
Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we've got Stitches again. Do you believe we'll finish in the top 4? What do you think?
Would you like to go first, RT? And I'll respond afterwards. I know I've mentioned this before. I'll mention it afterwards.
We mentioned this before, and like I said, it's not in our hands, so I don't like that. So for us now, it's going to take something. It's going to take a real big push, and we need to have a massive run of winning games right now, and then we need to rely on other teams to lose games. So it's going to be a real hard one. It's going to be a real hard one, and I think knowing Liverpool and our pedigree, it might be actually easier for us to win the Champions League. Because I believe that the Real Madrid are not the Real Madrid of old. They're a name right now. So I am looking to beat them and go through. 100%.
Okay, we'll save that for Monday. That's Monday's talk. Monday talk. We're getting up to an hour, guys. We're halfway through the questions.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But it's gonna be a big push.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a big push,
and anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible. It's gonna be a big push.
Yeah.
We've got Stitches again. Can we all agree that Trent is England's best right back? I think he means now.
Yeah, I think myself and RT, I think we've kind of responded to that already as well. It is what it is. If he's not for England, doesn't mean that he's not a good player. That's just my opinion anyway. So.
For me, I would just say, for me, Trent is probably the best right wing back, not right back. He's not that defensively minded, to be fair. And you have to, if you look and you praise his game, what do you praise about his game? His assists, crosses, and things like that. Not his defending. That's what you have to remember. So for me, he's probably the best wing back we have. If you play him in that wing back position, I believe, yes, he'd be England's best right wing back. But right back, I'm not really sure because really and truly, your first and foremost duty should be to defend. And that is not his best attribute for me.
Okay, guys, do you mind if we try and...
let's go through them. Quick by quick. As soon as you come, we'll respond to them quickly.
Okay. Is Arteta the man for the job?
Yes.
Go for it, Stoney.
Yes, he is the man for the job.
He is the man for the job. We did talk about that earlier. Moving on to Jim the Red. Jota played with an injury. What a guy.
Perfect. I 100% agree with you, Jim. Excellent signing. He's just settled into the squad straight away, and he's replicating that for Portugal as well. 100%.
That's my brother.
From Liverpool today.
That's my brother.
Please, you can reply to him. No fighting in the house, but you can reply to him, RT.
No, he's a Liverpool fan, so come on.
Okay.
He's a little brother. We have no choice.
Hello, Adrian. And welcome.
Yes.
Hi.
Solid performance from Liverpool today. However, it's quite limited when it comes to tactics, and does he over-rely on players rather than systems? I sometimes believe that he does, like I said earlier, when I think he waits too late to make substitutions. He doesn't give the subs enough time to make a difference in the team. So I believe he does. He has a set team, and he likes to stick with that. He likes to go with that 9 times out of 10. I'm not limited with tactics. I don't want to say limited. I think he waits too long to make the change. That's my thing. I wouldn't say limited. I think he just waits too long to make the change. You need when you want to make the change, you want to give it a chance to have a chance to, you know what I mean, before you make a change like with 5 minutes to go, and then they're all of a sudden everyone's sitting behind the ball. It's harder to break them down. You need to give it 15 or so, 20 minutes, you know, give it a chance to make fruition, basically.
What are your thoughts on that, Pato?
Yeah, great question, and thank you. Totally agree. Yes, solid performance. Limited when it comes to tactics. Well, as I said today, I thought that today's plan formation was a tactic. He's gone for the 4-3-3. We don't quite know what he switched to when Jota come on, but he did switch the formation and it worked. He's trying to, he's working from bringing the boys back from international playing, thinking about the game on Tuesday. I think that's a brilliant tactic, great plan, and it all went well. So I think we'll know it was good. System went well in the tactics. But thank you very much. Thank you, Stitches. Oh, Stitches, I'm saying Stitches. Stitches.
Mr. Adrian, thank you. Alison.
Hola. Hola. Thank you, Jim the Red. Where is Arsenal's representative currently? Sam.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sam Spurs for life.
Yeah.
Listen,
them Spurs fans, you'll love that.
I know. Thank you very much, Sam Spurs for life. I mean, look, we all know the wonderful input as well. Sam actually does host in the Spurs show. So thank you very much, sir, for tuning in for us. I think Arsenal also had their post show today. And once everybody's finished with our show, we can jump on and we can obviously hear what all of the Arsenal channel had to say about the performance today. So Sam, we're with you. We're very happy. We're happy that Arsenal have received another loss, and you're more than welcome to join the Liverpool family as and when you wish to, seeing as your club is not doing as you wish them to do, sir. Okay.
Are you playing tomorrow? Are they playing tomorrow?
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We need a loss, by the way, from Spurs tomorrow, because if they win, then I think they're 2 points ahead of us. So sorry, Sam, but I'm just being honest here, right?
Won't happen though.
I know. It's not gonna happen.
Mr. B again. Should Jota be starting ahead of Firmino?
I'll go last. I'll go last on that comment if it's okay.
Okay. Party.
The form. I go by form, and form guide for me says yes. Simple as that. Form guide for me says yes. Jota should be starting ahead of Firmino, but because of obviously the internationals, he needed to rest. So yeah.
Pato?
Well, I actually thought he was going to start Jota today. However, like I said, I'm happy with how the plan went. I think at the minute, yes. I'm pushing to yes. And I love Bobby Firmino. So it's nothing against him. Just at this minute, answering that question as truthfully as I can. Yes, I'd say yes.
Yeah. I think I agree with both of you as well. I absolutely love Bobby as well, but Jota's in form at the moment. He's like a magnet for gold. So, we hope, just to respond to you, Mr. B, as well, thank you very much. Whether he should have started or not, look, we may well see him start against Madrid, and then we see how he flourishes out there playing against Madrid. So both wonderful players. So just to answer your question, yes.
Sweet and simple.
Yes.
Mr. B, sweet and simple. Oh, Dynamic Productions. We've not heard from them for a while. Welcome back.
No, not at all. It's true.
Well done, Arsenal, giving Liverpool the confidence boost they need.
Right.
Where's we from?
Oh, Dynamic Productions, you are a boss. Thank you very much. Look, I respect your comments. I absolutely respect you actually tuning into the show. If that's your opinion, then thank you very much. Any percentage we need to win, as I was saying before, as long as we win, the balls can bounce off a pigeon, they can bounce off the ref's ear. As long as they go in, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me one bit at this moment.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And we've got Sam for life. Well done, Pool. Arsenal may never walk again the way humans chop them off at the knees.
Wow.
Oh, man. That direct depth.
So cold. Oh, man. These guys are so cold.
Jim, what do you think about that? Jim believes we can still make seconds. What do you think about that, guys? Whoa, Jim.
Yeah, it's a big ask. Big ask.
Jim, I respect your confidence. I think there's one thing that I think I'm not going to even talk about my age here, right? But there's one thing I've never done is question the ability of our club. And I'm usually extremely optimistic in terms of the way we play and where we can actually finish in the season. I think this one is a little bit out of my comfort zone here in terms of finishing second at the moment. We are, what points we on? We're on 49, 30 games. Man United are on 29 games, 57 points. Personally, I just think second's out of our reach. And that's only my personal opinion. So at the moment, I just think it's a little bit out of our reach. But hey, listen, if things change and we finish second, then praise be.
Hallelujah. Artie?
No, you know what? He said it.
Mm-hmm.
He said it there. Stoney said it all now for real. I think it's out of our hands. It's a big ask. Big ask. Big ask.
Stitches the same. Remember the said.
Okay.
What did he say?
I think it may be in
City, Chelsea, United, and then us.
Do you know what? If that's the case, look, we're not going to win the league this year, and if we finish fourth, then I'm happy. Whatever order it's in, I'm selfish. Okay, we're not going to win the league. We're not going to win the league. So if Man City win the league, I won't be cheering. So it really don't bother me anyway. Yeah. But if we finish fourth, then that's a blessing considering the season we've actually had. So I don't mind what order it finishes in, as long as we finish in fourth. If that's the case, then I'm fine with that.
And as long as Man United don't win the league, I'm good with that.
Exactly.
I'm good with that.
Did any of you guys know Punani?
Yeah, you know what? They dropped you right in that. You know that, right, Pato? Remember they were on the previous show, and Stitches was our host, and Pato, like anything, was our co-host, and we had a wonderful new addition of subscribers and people tuning into the channel. Thank you very much, everybody, and we had some wonderful names. So this person who's put that in, that I'm not going to repeat, that Pato's put in, they were waiting for that to be called out. So yeah, that's fine, no problem.
I looked at it, I was like, what?
They're going to be happy clapping their hands, so no problem. They were schooled. They were definitely schooled. Subscriber, they were schooled, yeah.
See, if you just said Couture, that'd be clever. But not Punani. Come on. Punani, it's a Jamaican word. And I am Jamaican.
Perfect.
And
perfect.
I do it all the time. And boring. That's why I said, if you're going to be clever, think about a different language, no? From patois, Anyway, moving on.
Who have you got?
Artie, your prediction.
Wow.
Hold on. I didn't make a prediction.
Okay.
I didn't make a prediction.
What's going on here?
Oh, wow.
All right. Now, he's got the better over me over the last few seasons on fantasy football. I have to hold my hands up. All right? I have to hold my hands up. definitely has. Definitely has. Well done, Stitches. All right, definitely. But I didn't remember. I told you earlier when I said I didn't make a prediction because how the seasons we get, it's a bit too sticky for me to call. So I didn't actually make a prediction. But yeah, all right, Stitches, mate. All right.
Okay. What's this mid-table team?
Maybe they're talking about Arsenal.
It has to be.
Yeah, they must be talking about Arsenal. So if you're talking about Arsenal, N17 WHL.
Mexico.
We agree with them. Arsenal are a mid-table team. So thank you very much for tuning in, sir or madam.
Okay. Is Fabinho the best defensive midfielder in the league?
Okay. Do you mind? Is it okay if I respond to that?
Of course, go for it.
Of course. Because we never get to the end of the questions.
We may actually need another show for that. All right. I think Fabinho has clearly showed the importance of playing for our club. Unprecedented, yeah. Absolutely exceptional player. Now, bearing in mind, I am not comparing him to these other defensive midfielders. Okay, I am not comparing him. I'm just saying there are other defensive midfielders that have showed how good they have played actually this season as well. All right, Ndidi and Basong have also played just as good this season. I will always look at the players that actually played for Liverpool, and I'm comforted with saying that they are the elite and they function best for us. But Ndidi have also had a good season, and I also think the song for Brighton has also had a good season as well. So yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Jump on RT, jump on Pato.
I'll quickly say as well. I do rate very highly as well. Declan Rice.
Oh yes.
100%.
Yes.
I rate that youngster very highly, man.
Yeah.
Very, very bright future ahead of him. Very, very bright future ahead of him. For me, I definitely put him up there as well. As long as with what you said, Stoney, as well. Declan Rice, and I won't leave out Kante either.
Yes, yeah.
We won't leave out Kante either. Yeah.
So yeah, we're blessed, and I think it goes back to what I mentioned earlier as well. There's only a certain amount of players that Liverpool can actually buy. And if we're in a position to actually have some of the best players, regardless of what position they play in the league, then then praise be. So that's fine for that. So yeah, he is one of the best Stitches in the league, and I'd appreciate everything he actually does for our club.
Okay, although I've just gone to that one, I'll go back to that in a minute, but I want to go back to Stitches, who's put this up. Okay. We switched to the 4-2-3-1.
Right.
So there was the which we were trying to decipher. Which was actually what we said. It was a formation that we were saying when once Jota comes on, put him up front on his own, didn't we say?
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to, thank you for that, Stitches. Thank you. What do Liverpool need next season to catch Man City? Don't because this is a parties relation.
Yeah, I mean, even that's almost another show within itself, because I think the thing is, if people had probably, thank you very much, Adrian Lewis. That's an exceptional question as well. All right, I think if people had probably asked that question at the beginning of last season when we won the league, I think 9 out of 10 people, if they were honest, they would have said that Man City as a squad would have functioned far superior than Liverpool. All right, their squads got more depth than us. So people probably would have said that they would have beaten us, right? But we were victorious, and rightly so. I don't care. Anybody can question that. I don't want to hear nobody talking about no COVID champions or none of them bag of rubbish out there. Okay. The fact of the matter is that we won, rightly so. Going into next season, this is just my opinion. We've had a lot of injuries. Everybody's seen that. All right. So I believe that, look, we just make some sprinkles. The players that have been out are going to return back next season. I think we can do with another offensive player. So if we get another striker, and let's rock and roll City. I mean, my main thing is as long as they don't buy Messi or Haaland, then we're calm. So yeah, that's all we need. We just don't need Messi or Haaland going to Man City, and then we're pushing them. That's just my opinion.
Okay, so we've got Stitches who said he did predict 2-0, yes?
Yes, yeah,
And
yeah.
he did predict
Yeah.
3-1. So I knew he'd done 2, and here he is again. Salah being greedy is a myth. No one has created more goals for LFC under Klopp than Salah. Which we touched on earlier on. We've already touched on that. And back to Jim the Red. Artie Mer is our Egyptian king.
Yeah.
He'll always be our Egyptian king, and I don't think Artie ever questioned that.
Rose tinted glasses, some people.
Yeah,
man, I tell you.
but rightly so. He'll always be our Egyptian king. But I think Artie was articulate in saying that it's important that we look at different viewpoints in terms of what additional Salah can actually bring in terms of team performances. Yeah, exceptional individual player. Nobody can question his ability, but we have to respect everybody's opinion as well. So he'll always be our Egyptian king, but he can probably pass a little bit more. So
okay.
Thank you, Stony. Thank you very much.
Guys, we're getting up to like 1 hour and 15 minutes. So we've got Kelly C, Alexander Trent passing is madness. Jota, Mane should start. So here we've got someone who wants to join us.
It's not even a thing. And let me.
Hello,
is this Adam? You jumped on.
Okay.
Hello. What's his name?
Hello.
Can you
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We're just about to end the show.
So
we've been on like an hour, 20 minutes. Cheers. Okay.
There's some background talking as well now.
Yeah.
All right.
You okay?
Yeah, no, are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. And welcome to FTB Sport Liverpool via Arsenal reaction show. And what's your reaction? Breezy?
Very, very poor game from us. What can I say? Team section was absolutely nightmare.
Your team selection, you weren't happy with your team selection, Breezy?
No.
What would you have changed?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, what would you have changed? Yeah, what?
So, Chambers, I would put on Cedric instead of Chambers. I would have put
Cedric on though, didn't he?
Sorry?
He did bring Cedric on eventually, didn't he?
Yeah, but on the left for Tierney.
Okay.
So
Cedric and Pepe, them two link up perfectly. If it was Cedric on the left, doesn't work.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. Second, I wouldn't have a Bowing and Lacazette starting because they can't play together. I would have had either Martinelli or Willian. Willian's been poor for us, but I would have either one of them and a Bowing up top.
Okay, that's quite interesting. I think I agree with you. Willian has had an indifferent period of time since he's moved from Chelsea to Arsenal. I'm unsure, as he said, this is all, in hindsight, yeah. I'm unsure whether he would have made a difference. I think in terms of your offensive players who have actually made a difference when they played, it would have been, young Smith Rowe and obviously Saka. So in terms of the offensive play, I'm not too sure who we usually got up front, usually Nketiah or Martinelli. If anything, Nketiah has played more games than Martinelli this season, hasn't he? I may be completely incorrect, but I'm sure he has as well. So if we're looking at personnel, you're probably looking at, you mentioned about Chambers, changed it. You probably wouldn't have started Aubameyang in the position he wanted to. And he was talking about the difference with Aubameyang and Lacazette playing together. So do you think it was a tactical thing or probably just a personnel thing why Arsenal didn't either put in the performance that you wanted to or got the performance that you think as an Arsenal supporter you would have liked to? Do you think it was more of a tactical thing or a personnel thing?
To be honest, I think it's more of a personnel thing because Saka's got a hamstring, Smith Rowe has got a hip injury.
Yeah.
He seems to don't want to play Bellerin in the league now. He seems to favour more Bellerin in the Europa League, and Tierney, Cedric more in the league. For some reason, why he's played Chambers. Bear in mind he's been out for about 14 months with an ACL injury. He's come back sort of here and there. I don't see why he's played him. The tactics are wrong. The players were wrong.
Are you an Arteta fan, Breezy?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask you something, Breezy? Okay, so if you had the opportunity to have played the personnel that you've actually mentioned with the tactics and formation that you mentioned as well, do you think Arsenal would have? Do you think the result today would have been completely different?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What do you think the result possibly may have been?
It would have been a tougher game. I don't think it will be as it was as a 3-0 slapping.
I like that. So you would still have lost. You would still have lost.
No.
No, but you said a 3-0 slapping. So even if you had the tactics and the players that you wanted, what do you think the result possibly would have been?
1-0.
2-1.
To Arsenal?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. Okay.
The reason why, and I'll back it up.
Okay.
Is because Saka was on the right, so Pepper would have been dropped. You would have had Odegaard, and you would have had probably Smith Rowe on the left. So you would have had 2 creative players plus 1 driving left winger.
Before you go any further, we should be having Virgil van Dijk and Gomez and Matip in the back.
I was just about to say that. So
of course. No.
I
agree. And in your season,
you can do, and we've been getting loads of shit because we mentioned their names. So let's look. You play with who you've got available. Who you had available. Yeah. Who you play. You played your best. You played your best team, and you got your.
Go on, Pato. Go on.
Okay. All right. Answer me this question. Do you really think you're going to get past Real Madrid?
Yes. Do you think you're going to get past Slavia Prague?
Without a doubt. Yes. We are the European Cup. We are the European Cup.
But you're also the Premier League Championships, and you're losing that fight already.
Yeah, not the same.
Listen, don't bother.
Listen, who'd have thought the 2005 team would have won it? Don't look.
Breezy, let's step in here, okay? Let's step in here, and I'm absolutely grateful that you've actually joined us. Even though you're at the latter end of the show.
It's all banter, love.
Yeah.
Definitely my wife is a scouser, so I deal with it every single day. So
I'm actually very, very, very happy you've actually joined our show, especially to give an Arsenal perspective as well. And I think the main thing is that even though they're 2 different European Cups, we're still in one European Cup, and you're also still in another European Cup. And in all honesty, we're battling, regardless of the points difference, we're still also battling to make an attempt to actually finish within the top 4 for this season. Yeah.
Well, not for us. We can't do top 4.
I know, but in terms of, I don't think as a club you'll continue to be playing to think that you're either going to lose or just to get a draw. So obviously you're continuing to play just to get your 3 wins. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So for me, I'm just saying, and I'm just reverting back to your initial question about, do you think we'll get past Real Madrid? The answer is yes, I do. 100% I'm confident in doing that, regardless of how the clubs function, regardless of the players that they've got available or unavailable. I'm confident that we will actually get past them. I'm also confident that we will finish in an advanced position of Arsenal this season. That is just my opinion. So yeah, let's just crack on. I think
I'm not a deluded gooner by any standpoint of the imagination.
No problem.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So.
And regarding Real Madrid, there's nothing wrong with Ramos. Nothing wrong with him. He's terrified, absolutely petrified. Playing. I'm not messing. I'm not messing. He's in hiding. Big flag, biggest flag of the century.
We'll see. But I'm not a deluded gooner by any standpoint of imagination. Look, end of the day, you are higher than us. You've got clearly more points than us. You're in the Champions League. You're defending champions. So anyone to sit here and turn around and say, you guys are a B team or whatever, clearly doesn't know what football is. The problem is you've been riddled with injuries. We've had injuries. Now, you got to ask yourself this question: do you prioritize the league and try and finish as high as you can, or do you more focus on the Champions League where you've got a chance? Now, Real Madrid are in the same position where they are in a position where they could lose the La Liga. So you both got to answer your question: is this? Do you focus on respectively the leagues, or do you put all your baskets or eggs in the baskets to the Champions League? That's the question.
I think it's both. I think it's both. Breezy, I think it's both. It's as simple as this, all right? Any cup competition that you play in, regardless of whether it was and obviously I know we're out, okay? So any competition, whether it's in the Carabao Cup, whether it's in the FA Cup, whether it's in the Champions League, all right? These are cup competitions. Anything can actually happen in those cup competitions. So we are going to be focused on the Champions League. We are also going to be focused on the league, because I think if we are currently in the position that we're in, and then we play in a defeatist manner, which our club does not do, then it's almost as if to say, well, look, let's just prioritize the Champions League and drop even lower in the league just to focus on the Champions League. That for me, I think is just blasphemous. I'm not We're going to focus on both. And the reason why I say that as well, Breezy, there's also the time periods as well in which we've got between the actual games. So obviously we know we played your club today, and we're going to play Real Madrid on the 6th. I trust in our coaching staff. I trust in our manager as well to know that whatever selection we play today will not have an impact when we play against Real Madrid. So just to respond to your answer, I believe our focus is on both competitions that we're still in. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Archie?
Yeah, for me, you're talking about Real Madrid. For me, Real Madrid right now is just a name. They're not the Real Madrid of old.
No.
So I would be very, very disappointed if we lose to them. Very, very disappointed, because they're not the Real Madrid of old. So for me, it's not about, do you really believe you can get past Real? Of course I do. Because like I said, they're not the Real Madrid of old. They don't have the players of old.
Yeah, we look at the team.
They're not that team.
We look.
They're not that team no more.
Not the name.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Do you honestly? Okay. So do you honestly think that West Brom woke up this morning and thought they're going to beat Chelsea 5-2?
No one thought that.
Listen, we're going to give it a good try.
What I'm saying is that you can't predict on what's going to happen in each game.
Definitely we can't. And if we could predict on what was going to happen in any game, I will assure you, me, you, Artie, and Pato, we would be like Jeff Bezos right now. Okay, if we can predict anything in the future, we will be billionaires. What I will say, and thank you very much for joining the show. We always welcome anybody on here. What I will say is, we always believe the best in our club. So I'm always optimistic about our club. So just to revert to what you were going to say as well, whether West Brom would have predicted that result today against Chelsea, we'll never ever know what was discussed between Sam and the team. But I'm very, very, very confident what is discussed between our manager and our players is that we go into every game believing we are going to win. That is just my personal opinion. Yeah, so if that goes back to when we play Real Madrid, and then when we revert back to the league to play against Aston Villa, I believe we're going into those games believing that we are going to be victorious.
I agree. Because obviously,
West Brom have woke up after their Good Friday, and they will probably had fish yesterday and went to kiss the cross.
Brain food.
From station in the parade, okay? And they've got up this morning and they've thought, you know what?
Yeah.
We've got faith. We've got
Yeah.
belief. We've got
Yeah.
determination.
Mm.
We've got the strength in our heart to try and win this game. And that's what
Yeah.
every player and every team should do. And when they don't do that, they shouldn't play anymore.
And also as well, seizing at moments.
Let's be honest,
We
yeah. The game
do
changed.
not anymore.
The game changed when they went down to 10 men.
Thank
that
you.
you're going to
Yeah,
win.
let's be
Thank you,
honest.
Artie.
They were up 1-0. You understand? And the game changed when they went down to 10 men. So let's be honest.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah. So
I'm not saying
they
that,
could
but
not
what I'm
predict
saying,
that was going to happen. So, but they took advantage of that, and you know what? They pressed that, and they used that well to their advantage. To be honest,
Yeah.
You can't lock that.
No, no.
You can't lock that. And one thing I will say, and everybody should know this as well with Big Sam, he can organize a team.
Yeah.
So they have become harder to beat since he's become in charge. So they've become harder to beat, number one. And now Chelsea have also gone down to 10 men. They've used that advantage, man. Come on.
Yeah.
West Brom beat a lot of big teams. They beat us. Didn't they beat City as well, or Man United?
Breezy.
And they drew with Chelsea before.
Yeah, they
as
drew
well.
with Chelsea before.
Yeah.
We've done that. All the big
He's gone. Breezy, come back. Breezy, come back. I was just about to ask him a question. I was just about to ask him a question.
You know what?
Breezy, come back.
For an hour and a half.
Is that a rudder?
I think we need to bring this show to an end.
Okay.
It's been good. It's been the longest show that we've ever done, hasn't it? Wow.
It's the international break, Pato. We had so much to talk about. That's what it was.
We did a show last night, but let's do the next one on Monday. Let's do the Real Madrid one on Monday.
Okay.
Okay? Not tomorrow, Easter Day. And I've got loads of Easter eggs that I've got to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think on that note, thank you everyone who's joined us tonight. I've really enjoyed it. How about you? How about you on your debut?
It's been brilliant, and I want to say thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Seriously, it's been a real pleasure, man. I've loved it so much, and I really do look forward to coming back. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
It's been a pleasure having you on board, and I hope that you do come back. I don't know if this is a new thing we're going to be going on for hours and hours now. It's the new wow. But I mean, it was a big game, so it's been a big show, big tour, big guests. But listen, we need to again, Breezy, you're all back. But thank you and good night. We need to wrap it up, okay? But please join us. Come in on our Real Madrid show. Would you want to join us on the Real Madrid show, Breezy? Monday. We're going to go for Monday. Okay. So everyone at home, thanks for joining us. Hola. Bonjour, adios. Ça va? Well, thank you. Big win, big game today. Big win for Liverpool. We're back we're up in 5th position. We're going to be climbing back up to the top. And I hope you've enjoyed the show. I've been Pato. They've been Stoney and Artie. And it's good night from me. How about you guys?
Good night. Good night. God bless.
Good night as well. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in.
God bless.
Yep. Brilliant.
Adios. See you soon. Liverpool love. Love the football.
Ciao.
Good night. God bless. Bye-bye.